Eat 'em up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
First down.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Flacco. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Anyone who... Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their... the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd and 7, Flacco. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well, and they took the shot down.
And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bengals drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, try and get things settled down a little bit.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Flacco. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Rager. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Flacco off play action. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity. That he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating off play action, Flacco. And this is caught by Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 35. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. Room to run inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Play action, Flacco. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 12. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Najee Harris
sending his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it is 28-0.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit. Because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Flacco. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense. They'll keep you in the game to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And John Gruden has made the call. His guys are going for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
First down, Bengals.
To pass, Flacco. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. A red zone first down for Flacco. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be second down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. CeeDee Lamb.
75 yards.
And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. An extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And now here's another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got him.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Adrian Peterson. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it is 42-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They give it to Peterson. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give the tackle to Anthony Walker. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, Peterson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw, it's Rodgers. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And off comes to Peterson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Back to the ground, Peterson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Here's Rodgers. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Flacco. Flush to his right, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And now here's another interception. interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
He's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. On play action, Rodgers.
They'll get that complete to Albert O.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. They'll run with Peterson. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defense.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Flushed out right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Peterson. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. He's normally a sure thing down here, but Peterson denied near the goal line. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Now a throw here to his running back. Room past the 20. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Flacco. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Flacco from midfield. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Josh Allen, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Flacco. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Throw left side, complete. That's Logan. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up second down. Flacco will take to the air again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a give to Peterson running left. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it down. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Bengals drive about to get going. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Zach Ertz has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. There he goes, right side. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run again with Peterson. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Rodgers throwing here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Flacco, he finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
He's airing it out for Sanu. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.